A Fiery Love, Chapter 8. The Secret. The next day, when Twilight took care of some things at the castle, Spike went to Rarity's shop. "Hey, Rarity," Spike said. Hey, Spike," said Rarity. What are you doing here?" she asked. "I was going to ask you for a favor," Spike asked. "For you, darling, I will help you." Spike then tells of his plan about his date with Twilight, and that he needed his friend's help. "But of course, darling, I can make a new dress for Twilight," Rarity said. "Thank you very much, Rarity." Spike gave her a smile and went to Sugar Corner. "Hey, Pinky, can I ask you for a favor?" "Yes," she said. "I need a chocolate cake, a dozen blueberry muffins tonight," Spike said. "Oh, that was a big order." "Are you going to celebrate something special?" she asked. Spike then told Pinky about his idea, and Pinky smiled at him. "The order will be completed in time and delivered to the castle. Thanks, but make sure Twilight doesn't see you because it should be a surprise." "Trust me," said Pinky. Spike had left Sugar Corner to look for Rainbow, but he couldn't find her anywhere, so he asked around in town if somebody had seen her. "I think I saw her outskirts of town," Sweetbelle said. "Thanks, Sweetbelle." Spike flew outside the city and looked until he saw her. "There you are, Rainbow. I've been looking for you." "Did you want me something special?" she asked. "I want to ask you for a favor." "Okay, what do you want me to help with?" she asked. Spike told her about his plan for about his date with Twilight. "You need me so there will be a starry sky tonight?" she asked. "That's right." "I can do that for you." "Thank you, I appreciate your help." After Spike left Rainbow, he was on his way to Every Forest. "Now we arrange to talk to Fluttershy," he said. He flew at the edge of the Every Forest to Fluttershy's cottage. "Fluttershy, are you home?" "Spike, I'm up backside," she said. Spike walked around the cottage and found Fluttershy taking care of a badger but giving it a bath. "Hey, Fluttershy, I was going to ask you for a thing." "What can I do to help you with?" she asked. "I wonder if you could help me with one thing." "Sure," she said. "I thought if you could send some fireflies to the castle tonight." "I can do that, though what do you need to help them for?" "I'm planning a secret date for Twilight." He tells Fluttershy about his plan. She nods and smiles at him. "I promise to send a dozen fireflies to the castle at 6 p.m., she said. "Thanks for help." Spike went back to the castle to help Twilight, making sure she didn't see Pinky arrive at the castle. He helped her take care of the things after school while Twilight corrected some school subjects. "Spike, do you have any samples from Applejack's lesson?" "Yes, I have them here." Spike carried a bundle of papers to Twilight. Thanks for your help. I'm only happy to help." While Spike was helping Twilight, he heard some steps outside, and it was quietly. He saw in the doorway it was Rarity was carrying the new dress. "Spike, is something wrong?" "No, nothing is wrong," he said. Rarity saw him and nodded, and she snuck away to his room and hid the dress in his wardrobe. He saw her sneak back past again. She nodded him with a smile. After almost an hour later, they both were done with all the subjects. "Spike, are you hungry?" "Well, I'm starting to get a little hungry," he said. "Let's go to the kitchen to fix something to eat." "That sounds like a good idea." They went to the kitchen, and well there, Twilight started to make some things up when Spike saw Pinky sneak in. Twilight was close to seeing her, but Spike followed quickly. "Twilight, check this out." You think I can juggle with 5 apples? He said. He was impressed, Spike, she said, but Twilight was again close to seeing Pinky carrying another box of muffins. Twilight, do you need any eggs? Spike held up a couple of eggs. No, I don't need any eggs, she said. You act quite strange, Spike. Are you okay? I just feel fine, he said. Spike saw Pinky sneak past behind Twilight and she waved and that delivery was complete. Are you ready to eat? Twilight asked. Yes, let's eat. I'm so hungry. They sat down in the library to have the lunch together. Spike thought about Twilight, how she would take the secret date, even though he needed to get her out of the castle for some time so he could plan an arrangement for the date. Then he figured out, maybe Applejack could hold her for a while. After lunch they remained in the library. Twilight, what do you say about a walk since it's a sunny day? Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Both left the castle and Spike took the lead on to the Sweet Apple Acres. After a while, they arrived at Sweet Apple Acres. Spike saw Applejack work as usual. Howdy, Applejack. Have any sugar cubes? What are you doing here? We take a walk, Twilight said. Spike went up to Applejack. Need help? It was really appreciated, he said. Twilight might be able to help you. I forgot to do something back home. I will be back soon. Spike whispers to Applejack and quickly explains about his idea while Twilight begins to help if Applejack could distract Twilight for a while. Applejack understood and nodded in response. Spike gave Twilight a kiss and flew back to the castle. He had something he was doing for the Twilight. He had worked on a piece of jewelry that he had made a necklace, a sapphire shaped like a heart. He was going to give it to Twilight on the date. It was almost done, just a little bit more was needed. After 20 minutes, he was done with the necklace and put in a box. After he had returned to Sweet Apple Acres, he saw that Applejack and Twilight were already finished and were talking to each other about when Applejack saw him. That was quick, Twilight said. Well, I forgot to put the comics book in my room and make my bed. Spike and Twilight remained at the farm for a little while before they continued their walk together. As they walked, Spike wondered about their date. What are you thinking about, Spike? She asked. I'm just thinking about the most wonderful pony in Equestria. It made her smile and blush when Spike smiled at her when he said it. It was good rescue, Spike thought. Soon they arrived at the outskirts of town and decided to sit on the meadow to admire the view. Spike hears something and sees it is a rainbow. He apologized to Twilight for return that he will be back soon, and he goes to Rainbow. Could you hear, Dash? I want to ask you for a favor. What is it? She asked. If you could go to the castle to my room and put Twilight's dress on in her room which is in the wardrobe. Sure, I can do. She quickly flew away from there. Spike picked up some few daisies for Twilight. Twilight was delighted with the flowers and she smiled at them. He smiled back at her. They were left at the meadow until about almost sunset when they decided to fly back home. Once home, Spike was ready to ask her about the date because he saw that it was almost 6 p.m. Twilight, can you go to your room? Yes, but what do you want that? There is a surprise there. Okay. Spike followed and heard Twilight step into her room. Spike, have you given me a new dress? Yes, I thought you would like to go on a date tonight, he said. Of course I'm going out with you, he said. Twilight hugged Spike. Meet me at the Enter at 5:55 p.m., said Spike. Okay. It was already 5:55 p.m., and it took a while for them to get ready. Spike is waiting for Twilight when she came down the stairs. Wow, you look absolutely fabulous. Thanks, Spike. Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. Close your eyes. Okay? Spike carried Twilight and flew on the roof where the table was already finished for them. Rainbow and Rarity had fixed everything to them. Now you can open your eyes. Twilight opened her eyes and saw the table with the candlelights. Spike, have you arranged all this? Yes, with a little bit of help from our friends, he said. Spike was happy to see that she smiled. Twilight's carrot started to cry, but when then the bell tower in town was hitting 6 p.m., so dozen fireflies appeared. Twilight looked around and looked at the fireflies and saw it was a starry sky. Spike, you have done an incredible job. Thank you, sweetie. Spike used his fire to heat up the food. It was spaghetti and hay balls. Both sit down and they satisfied with the dinner together, talked about a little about everything. After they had their eating the dinner, they both sat down and looked at the view in the moonlight. Spike couldn't help seeing Twilight smiling because this was the most wonderful some Pony had done for her. Then Spike showed her the chocolate cake and some of the muffins that was Twilight's favorite muffin flavor. Spike then picked up the box and gave it to Twilight, who opened it and saw the necklace. She started to cry and looked at Spike with a smile. Thank you for the gift, Spike. I made it to show you my love for you. Wait for a minute. Did you do it all by yourself? That's right. Twilight couldn't help but cry even more, because no pony has ever done something like this beautiful and thoughtful to her before. She hugged him, and he hugged her back. I love it, thank you, Spike. I wanted to her to always be happy. She looked at him, and he wiped away her tears and smiled at her. For me, you're worth more than all treasures in Equestria. Your love is all matters to me. I will travel to the end of the world to find you again, and I will do anything to keep you safe in my arms. It made her cry even more and leaned against Spike. Those words had made her heart melt. Spike, you will always be my prince because you mean so much to me. You have been there all along. Twilight gave him a kiss, and he kissed her back. She then leaned against Spike, and who put his wings all around her so she wouldn't freeze. A little later goes back in the castle when it was 1 a.m. in the morning. They took with them the food and the muffins with them inside and took the table with them. Since they both started to get tired, both went to bed and gave each other a goodnight kiss. Good night, my princess. I hope you have some nice dreams, Spike said. Good night, my prince. I hope you also have nice dreams. They gave each other another good night kiss before heading to their rooms. Although Spike didn't fall asleep, he was awake for another hour. In the meantime, he read a comic book to fall asleep. But he was also happy that the date went well, even that Twilight had a nice time with him. Twilight has also fallen asleep at the same time, but soon began to twist in bed, turning back and forward. She had a horrible nightmare that Starflower had caught her and saw him empty on Spike's last love before focusing on her. It made her wake up in cold sweat, looked around, and looked at the window and saw it was still middle of the night. It was just a nightmare. Twilight was left in bed After a few minutes, she decided to try to fall asleep. It didn't take long for her to fall asleep again, and she had another dream where she and Spike were standing in front of each other and were getting married. It made her smile in her sleep, but at the same time, Spike had fallen asleep in his bed with a comic book in one hand. Both were completely exhausted after a long day, but at least they were happy together at that their date went well.